Begin the introduction of players. We would like your cooperation. That is, please turn your handphone to silent mode. Turn your handphone to silent mode. Do not make noise. No one is allowed to enter the tournament area. For those of you who wish to take photo, please do not use flash. Your kind cooperation in this regard is very much appreciated.
World team 9 ball. World team. World team 9 ball.
Nine ball.
10 ball.
Same, 2018? 2022. No individual. No individual, no single.
All Japan champion 2 times.
Yeah, that's what I told you. All Japan 10 ball.
Wow, all Japan 10 balls 2 times.
So many ranking.
Champion. 10 ball champion. 2 times. Just 2 times.
2000.
15, 17.
Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, introduction of players. He is the All Japan 10 ball champion 2 times, 2015 and 2017, all the way from Philippines, Johann Chua. His opponent is the 2019 World 10 ball champion. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Chinese Taipei, Chung. And the final referee in charge, all the way from Maldives, Ahmad Sujao. This final will be played over rest to 10 rack. Referee, players are ready. You may begin. Good luck to all players.
Hi, welcome and good evening to the 2023 Maldives Open 10 Ball Championship. We're about to start the final between Chung from Chinese Taipei and Johann Chua from the Philippines. And I am joined by my German national team partner and roommate, Moritz Neuhausen. Welcome.
Hello, Thorsten. Yeah, thank you. Welcome, everybody. We're about to see the first break here. Hopefully, it will be an exciting match. Good break, but not successful.
Yeah, what a powerful break. Squatted the cue ball and didn't get the ball down. Let me ask you something. Who do you think is...
Oh, that's a tough one. I've seen the performance of Johann Chua yesterday, and he played pretty much flawlessly against Joshua Filler. So, yeah, if he can keep up his form, I think he's going to win, but you never know.
So you're taking Johann. Then, just to be a good sport, I'll go with Chung.
All right. It's kind of interesting to see. Those of you who watched the semifinal yesterday, or all the TV table matches, basically, might have noticed that the TV table was more difficult to break than the other tables.
Yeah, as we just saw, I mean, you know, I watched Chung practicing earlier, and he basically nails the cue ball every single time, stops it dead in the center. There's barely any movement to the left or the right. You just got to find the right spot and the right power to get those second balls behind the one to track towards the side pocket.
Yeah, we've seen those two balls that you just mentioned mostly travel above the side pockets. So yeah, we'll see how the players might be able to change a break within the set.
We are here in Mala, the capital of the Maldives, and overnight they changed the setup a little bit so that more spectators can actually sit here and join. We are packed, sold out. I'm sure we're gonna have an opportunity to change the camera angle later and see how many spectators actually turned up. I'm very pleased. Should be a good evening.
Yeah, I think so too. So far, almost all the seats are occupied. There's barely any room left. Just in the VIP area, there's some seats left, but they'll be filled soon, I guess.
And for all of you that hopefully stick around, watch the match, we're anticipating a very special guest to join us here about halfway through. We will have the president of the Maldives come and join and watch the end, so very honored.
Yeah, getting back to the game. Johann played a nice safety shot there, putting the cue ball just simply behind the 4 ball.
Which ball did he call here? He called the 2 ball?
I assume the 7 ball because it's closer to the pocket, but I'm not sure.
Would you go for the jump?
Probably I wouldn't, because I feel like
It's a very
playing-
short, direct jump, and can't really hit with too much power. And in my experience, the table jumps pretty easily. So
wow, good shot. Not quite the outcome he was hoping for, but still made good contact.
he left a double cut on the 2. Cue ball is going to run into the 3. It's all about how full or how thin is he going to carom the cue ball into the 3, and then judge the speed accordingly.
Yeah, I agree. Just making the 2 ball should be fairly simple, but okay, hit it very thin. Do you think he will take the offensive approach here?
I mean, the cue ball is going to swing back and forth.
On the other
it
hand,
depends how he feels.
yeah, I mean, there's no obvious safety shot right off the bat.
Looks like he's playing the same kind of safety he played early on.
Hit it a little too thin.
I think it's a smart decision. My advice for most maybe amateurs watching: why do you want to take a chance early on? You don't want to give the first strike away. As long as you don't leave anything obvious, at least you're not giving it away. Chung has to earn it.
Yeah, I agree. And in this case right here, we just try to get as much distance between the balls as possible. Maybe putting 3 ball behind the 5 and 8. But I think his main goal was to put the cue ball right next to the hole. In the best case, frozen to the rail.
Do you think he's going to attack this, or maybe overcutting the 3 to the right side of the 7? He's actually elevating.
Yeah, so I feel like he's not going to go for the shot.
Yeah, excellent shot here.
Excellent.
Got a
Yeah.
full ball block.
Yeah, great shot here. That one looked kind of simple because he made such a full hit, but especially when you elevate, it's not easy to hit the ball exactly where you want to.
As long as he can get a full hit on the 3, the cue ball will stop, and maybe the 3 will come back up table.
Oh, wow.
He
Good
almost made
effort.
it. I guess he needed to put a little bit of spin on the ball. I thought he can hit it with a little bottom to shorten it and get a fuller hit. But very good effort here.
I feel like he could have gone for the jump as well. But we all know the Filipino players are very good at kicking at balls. So maybe that's why he chose to go rear first instead of jumping the ball.
There's still a little bit of work to do. 3 to the 4 should be no problem. But then getting the right angle on the 5, that's going to be the key in this rack.
And we can see that the 6 ball definitely doesn't have the whole pocket where the 7 is laying. So it's going to be interesting to see if he tries to make it in the same corner. Or if he's going to play it in a different corner. Now it's the key shot to this rack.
Quick info for those who don't know, the winner is going to take $30,000 home. So much incentive to win this year.
I feel like he landed pretty good on the 4 ball now. Decides to go forward.
Did he get there?
Oh, looks like he landed a little short maybe. But his body language tells us that he probably does have a shot.
If he's too straight in, he doesn't want to use a lot of power and possibly missing the 5. You could always try and slam the cue ball to the other side for the 6 in the corner, or. But the way he's looking, I think he's just going to make sure he will pocket the 5 and then accept the combination. I don't know if the 6 passes 7.
Okay, so apparently he had some angle.
I have a feeling he's just going for the 7. Yep. No.
It's definitely close. And now he has to elevate above the 8 ball. So that's not the most comfortable shot here. Yeah, good shot.
There's no shot clock, so the players have all the time.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be interesting again because Chung is playing quite at a, I don't want to say slow speed, but he's not the fastest player. And then Johann Chua on the other side, he's, I would say, more on the faster side. So we'll see if maybe the different speeds will affect the game. We got on the 8 here. Maybe just rolling it in or starting it to a long rail, going out back again for the side.
Perfect angle to come 2 or 3 rails around.
Yeah, so that's 10 ball for 1-0.
Chung draws first blood here in this final. Race to 10. Alternating break.
Yeah, I feel like the first few racks are the most important in a final, especially because now it's about who gets in stroke first. And we all know what it feels like to sit for a couple of racks and then your muscles get cold you don't feel as comfortable anymore. So we'll see how next
There we
couple
have
of
it.
decks go.
Some of the referees sitting in the first row been doing a terrific job here. And there we have TPE and Johann sitting, supporting their brother. Yeah, all the players came out to watch this.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
good
like
that everybody stayed. You know, nobody really left. You know, after all, we're in the Maldives. And we all had our few days off. You know, we went scuba diving. Others went to islands. The nice little benefits you have when you play in such a beautiful location.
Yeah, I wanted to say the same. I feel like it's just an honor to stay here and show appreciation for the nice event that they put up. Definitely a great job they did.
A bit more power by Johann and gets rewarded. A wonderful outcome here. Big break.
Do we see a replay? Interesting to see that the 7 and the 1, they collided the same way as they did the last track. But because I think Johann hit it a little to the side, a little off center. So that's maybe why he made the ball in the side. Now it should be quite a straightforward rack.
Remember the last match you and I were commentating here between Joshua Filler and Chung that was quite a nail biter, and pretty much every time we thought the player had a game under control, something funky happened. So I don't want to make any early predictions here.
Yeah, that match had pretty much everything you could think of, from easy misses to crazy shots. Yeah, definitely a nice match.
It's been a fantastic week. We've been here pretty much 1 week, and I think about I came here 4.5 years ago, and the association had only 4 tables, and the growth that was achieved is just mind-boggling. You look at the level of organization, all the little details from the design of the room to the whole production that you witness. You know, we're behind the scenes. That's really first class, and that's in the first year having a tournament. So kudos to the association of the Maldives.
Yeah, hats off to everyone who's involved in this event. And they're pretty much ambitious for the next years. They want to expand the place even more. Now, currently they have 12 tables sitting in this beautiful venue. But next year or two, they want to expand to maybe even 24 tables, so pretty much double up.
You talk about getting like 4 or 5 stories under their control. That's unbelievable. And even the tournament's supposed to grow. We started out with 64 players. We had, I think, John Mora from Canada was there, a whole bunch of Europeans, Sanjay, Victor Tillin, Joshua Filler, us, and quite a big contention from Vietnam, Taiwanese players, some from Malaysia, and next year they're talking about doubling the field to 128 players. So for all you guys, you should keep an eye open. That's definitely a tournament I would consider playing in.
So now Johann playing for the 10 to make it 1-1.
I learned about there's a local game that is played. It's called Carom, where you have more like a board, I think 4 pockets and coins that you flick. It's similar to 8-ball. And when you break the coins and you run out, it's called a white slam. So Johann just achieved a white slam, break and run.
That's an interesting game. I never heard of it. Maybe a nice fun fact on the side.
See all the officials sitting here. We have our WP president, Johann sitting in the middle. With all the mind power of the Maldives Pool Billiard Association. All the referees.
I had a little fun fact I wanted to mention, because you were talking about some different game. Right now, there's a traditional sport taking place. It's called Babele. Maybe you heard of it.
I think we've watched it. It's like a tag game.
Yeah, it's like it's like in a circle cage, and it's basically about trying. So there's one team in the circle, as all the 10 people. So there's 10 per team. And the one team is trying to catch the people that are coming into the circle.
Real quick, we have a minister, Mosum. And I think more and more VIPs are going to join us as the match goes deeper. But okay, continue. What's the game?
So as I was saying, it's 10 people per team, and in every team. So in the first half, the first team is in the circle, and they're trying to catch the people that are getting into the circle, and the ones that are getting into the circle one by one, they're trying to touch just at least one person of the 10 in the ring, and at best case all 10, and then get out of the circle again without being caught, and then that's 1 point.
Those are the benefits for us. You know, when you travel to a new country, you know, of course we come here to play the tournament and we want to do well, but to even have that privilege to get exposed to the local culture and even get to know a game like this. You know, when you think about it, it's really what is so beautiful about our job.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And that's why I like to get to know new people, because I feel like we are just a big pool family. There's a lot going on, and we still keep in touch with everybody. And wherever you go, you feel like you meet new people, old people, friends, new friends.
Wow. What a shot. There's one of the best shots of the tournament, I'd say. Wow.
For sure.
He can only guess, but, you know, as you said earlier, the Filipinos are so good at kicking shots, and that was just an amazing, educated guess here, and totally deserved.
Yeah, he avoided that 8 ball exactly because he made a full contact on the 2 ball, with the English helping him in that case. And now he's good on the 6 ball and ready to go up to 1.
It's just that Chung barely made a ball on the break. You know, it was hard stop for a second, and then I think it was the 1 that dropped in the corner. So Johann really is earning this rec here, which is huge because race to 10 is really not that long, so any mistake can be fatal here. If you come with the hero shots, you might just take over the match.
Yeah, I was mentioning his performance earlier against Joshua yesterday, and I feel like he made a couple of really good shots like this one, and didn't really leave much air for Joshua to breathe. So
you can tell he's on a mission. The pace he's running around the table, He wouldn't need a shot clock. So he stole that rack from Chung. Security was a little tighter today coming into the building. We had to go through a detector, all in preparation for the president of the Maldives, who is going to join us later on.
Yeah, a really responsible way to handle everything here. Very professional, making sure everybody's safe.
I must say, I mean, we've been roaming around the city. We've done at least 2 full rounds, the entire island of Male. And did you feel unsafe at any point? No.
Not at all. I would even go as far as saying that's probably one of the safest places I ever felt like. Wherever you walk around, there's no one arguing, there's no fights whatsoever, there's no one screaming. Everything is pretty peaceful. And then wherever you go, so as we went scuba diving, we would just leave our shoes and whatever on the table. And when we came back, there was nothing missing. So that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You want to check the rack? He's not allowed to make any complaints. You just have to take it. So maybe he can see something.
Yeah, I feel like he's checking the rack now to figure out where to put the cue ball. Depending on where the gaps are, it's an advantage to break from one side or the other.
I wouldn't even know.
Made a ball on the break.
Made 2 balls on
Even
the
two.
break, and this time he kind of lost the cue ball to the right side. Seems like he hits it with a little bit more power than Chung does.
Now, what do you like here? Going for the bank, maybe, or just putting the cue ball in behind the 2 ball?
He might be able to just play a 2-way shot, call the 10, get the cue ball close to the short rail, so he has a shot and the 6 is hanging. So no, he is committed, and I think he misjudged the speed a little bit.
Yeah, with those kind of shots, you really try to squeeze the cue ball in the gap, because if you manage to do it, your chances of getting back to the table with ball in hand are not that slim.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it seems like because he's been trying to play with a faster pace, he rushed maybe a tiny bit to play the safe and left the edge for Chung.
But still no easy shot available here for Chung. It's very close to the rail. 1 ball pretty much in the center of the table. So there's many ways to go now.
Excellent shot.
Yeah, perfectly judged the position of the 1 ball, or where to hit the 1 ball, and then run it into the 7 ball, trying to get as much pace out of it as possible.
And what can you do here? Can you just slow roll the cue ball into the 1? Because if you hit it with pace, you set the 1 loose and it can end up somewhere in the open. But if you just try to tap the 1, at least you won't leave anything obvious.
Yeah. I think it kind of depends on where the 6 is laying. If it goes in the side easily, that's something to...
I feel like he's just going to roll up on it.
Yeah, you're probably right. You are right, for sure. could have tried to play an intentional foul, putting a 9-ball close to the 4-ball in the hope of coping Chung not running the rack.
Or is it a combination horn? Looks like it. You know, I'm just terrible at combinations.
And now he has to really take care of the 1-ball. He doesn't want to risk too much angle.
I don't know if he needs to cut the one either into the rail or away from the rail to get the 7. Because if the 7 is a little bit further out than the 1, it's easy to just hit the wall into the 7 a little bit too thin and miss it. And that's what happens
Yeah.
quite often.
Yeah, I feel like
So,
if he just hits
tricky.
it. Yeah, if he play, I feel like if he plays just a quite slow stun shot, the 1-ball might keep on rolling after contacting the 7, in the hopes of making the 7, obviously.
And that's important. He doesn't want to give up this rack 1 to 3.
Yeah,
With
first
ball in
really
hand.
big rack. Good shot.
How is he going to get to the 2?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I don't like that the 1-ball is still that close to the rail. It was tough to judge from here how far the 7 was really away from the rail.
At first glance, you think, oh, easy. He's got a shot on the 1. The 2 is in the open, but actually a lot of balls could be potential traffic. But did he get the right speed? I think he's okay.
I think he's pretty good.
Well done. Good shot. That deserves applause, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that the crowd sometimes has a different opinion of than other players, because they just saw, oh, the 1-ball is close to the pocket and he has a wide open shot, so they can't appreciate the effort that really is into it. Now he wants to roll 2 rails, short rail, long rail, pretty much putting the cue ball in the same place as it is now.
The closer to the 4, the better. Because he will need some stroke to get the cue ball down for the 6 on the side. Can't land too short. Don't want to scratch on the side. Maybe go inside English if he's extremely confident in judging the deflection of the cue.
I feel like he will go for the 3 rail shot. But we'll see. Okay, doesn't look like it. Does it?
Yep, he's hitting it high. He's coming around.
Okay, good shot here.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's pretty much perfect.
That's where players have different preferences. You know, I like to hit it low left myself. There's always a chance of scratching into the side. With the high right that he chose, just creates a little bit of deflection, so you have to be very confident. But you take out the side pocket completely.
Yeah, and you're almost guaranteed position. If you hit it with enough speed, there's plenty of space to land in, whilst going long rail.
Doesn't want to catch
Might
the
end up short.
edge of the side pocket here. Oh, another good shot.
Very good shot. Now the audience appreciates it. Looks like it's going to be an interesting match again at 2-2. We've had many interesting matches so far. Exciting matches on the TV table.
really good turnout by all the local pool players here in Male. There is another club in Hulhulmale, which is the neighbor island where also the airport is, and I think they have 4 tables there. So it's just when you think about the first thing that comes to mind is beautiful beaches, blue water, bungalows, big resorts. Who would have thought that there's a really huge pool community here? And I heard there's over 2,000 members, which is just mind-boggling.
Oh, now hoping Chung didn't hit it fair and square, but he made a ball. So yeah, that's the way I think Johann made
Look
his
at the
first
cue ball.
ball.
Look at that cue ball. It's almost that he's trying to copy the reaction of the cue ball that Chua gets
Yeah.
by not hitting it fully square in the face, but actually mishitting it slightly, maybe on purpose. That seems to drive the second ball into the side. But that's a good tester here. Does he have the angle to swing the cue ball around? If not, what can you do here?
Yeah, I think there's no choice, especially because the one ball is not really available for any safeties. Wow, good shot.
Yeah, deserves position here. Well done.
Yeah, that was executed to perfection.
And from here, it's like the first time I wanted to say that he's going to run out. I think everything is kind of sitting in front of the pockets.
Yeah, I feel like this one is already the rack winning shot.
If he gets on the 3, then it should be all over. It's always nice when you get a balance between beautiful runouts, safety battles, and then everybody, of course, not the players and not the supporters of the players. Fans want to see a nice tight match.
Yeah, I feel like that's what pool is about. Having everything involved, from missing to safety duels to fancy shots. We've seen at least one so far from Johann Chua.
The kick was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so far I think we tick every box. While we're enjoying this beautiful run out, we might also appreciate the sponsors of this event that made everything possible. So yeah, we're having 2 brands from the
Ladies and
community,
gentlemen,
from the pool industry.
President of Republic of Maldives, His Excellency Ibrahim also.
President arrived.
So maybe you've heard, but the president of the Maldives has just joined us. Take a seat, as you can see. And see if the stamina to watch the entire match. But I'm positive.
Yeah, so coming back to the sponsors that made this event possible. 2 brands from the pool industry. First of all, it's Kamui brand, and that is a brand. Then we have the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment from the Maldives here. And
I wonder if it adds a little bit of extra pressure on the players, having because have you ever played in front of the president of the country?
yeah. 3 balls away from making it 3-2.
I mean, it doesn't happen often. I was just asked if a president of a country has ever spectated the match, and I remember that was the case in 2009 World Games in Kaohsiung in Taiwan. It was the president of Taiwan who actually watched Ralph Souquet win the final against Yang Shinsun. But nevertheless, a very, very special moment here, and we should all appreciate it.
Yes, that's definitely nothing daily. From being down 2-1, up 3-2. Just a small example of how it goes in pool sometimes. Turning the match around.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure when I was here 4.5 years ago to visit the sports and youth minister of the Maldives, Ahmed Malouf, who has been a great supporter and can actually hit the balls himself. When I was here, I saw him play, and he could easily, be a member of the club. So it's just fantastic to have this kind of support here in Maldives, and that's why the community keeps growing. I know there are plans to have facilities in various parts of the Maldives, different islands, to scout for talent, and then maybe bring them here to the National Billiards facility, which is going to expand. So we're definitely, I'm very confident that we're going to hear more news about the Maldives in the future. And we'll all be back here, and with great pleasure. Third break for Chua. He was successful twice before. We'll see how he's going to hit the one this time.
The same exact break.
Gets a little bit unfortunate kiss on the cue ball, but it does have a look at the one. The angle is away from the two, so he'll need a bit of a stroke to get the cue ball back to the two on the right side.
Do you think he will try to keep it, to play the two ball in the corner pocket on the bottom right now? Or do you think he will go 2 rails or maybe even 3 rails?
It all depends. I don't think he can. Can he draw it as close to the left corner pocket as possible to shorten the angle? If not, he can try and swing around and just draw it one rail out. A lot of stroke. Oh, he's just playing the angles, and yeah, well done. Perfect speed.
And now I would say that's a very, very important shot. Getting the position on the 3 ball. Even though this shot looks almost straight in, you can create a lot of angle.
And then depending on the angle he gets on the 3, he doesn't really want the 8 to be in play. So it all depends how he lands on the 3. It can make it easier or tougher to get to the 5, which also doesn't have many pockets available.
Yeah, so now I would say he's trying to get as less angle as possible.
Just take his time.
Those kind of shots require attention, because you don't want to hit one of the points of the side.
I don't know if I like this.
Completely different approach.
In this case, he does take the 8 out of play. So he has a choice now. Can be aggressive with inside English. That's what he's looking at, actually. Taking the 3 all the way down to the corner. But needs a little bit of inside. And always has the save option. But the way he was pointing his stick at the table, I think he's going aggressive here.
Definitely no easy shot. Yeah.
first miss. I think he ended up behind a 6. No, I think 3 is open.
I feel like it's still kind of surprising that he misses too thin, because with those shots, the fuller you hit the 3 ball, the further in the direction of the middle of the table you get. So I felt like he should have missed too full, but
Yeah, but those are the shots that, from my experience, I always miss to full. So I'm like intentionally aim a little thinner. I still miss it to full most of the times.
yeah,
But
so
that's why I'm sitting here.
yeah. Maybe he should have chosen the defensive approach, just putting the cue ball in behind the 3 ball. But it's always a tough decision because you don't want to leave your opponent, or you just don't want him to get back to the table.
Yep.
Especially in those tight situations, tight scores. So
This could be a 4-2 lead for Köping Chung. Match seems to be going back and forth, and then it will be his break. I mean, regardless what happens, I think whoever wins this will be a deserving champion. I like them both. I think they're both very sportsman-like and incredible players. It's good to have a Filipino and a Taiwanese. Fine. Reflects on the powerhouses, the countries they.
yeah, I feel like they definitely deserve to be in the final. Played some awesome pool the entire week. Maybe he would have liked to have a little more angle on the 8 ball, but he should be good now.
Yeah, he has all the space for his cue. Doesn't have to do anything crazy. Just
Do you like to stun those balls or just roll them in?
I like to stun it. Just let the stroke out.
Scores 4-2.
4-2 after 45 minutes. Still have a long way to go. What's your next tournament?
My next tournament will be the Scottish Open.
Scottish Open. That is at the end of May.
Yes, exactly. Right in front of the UK Open.
I think we have, not for us, but the Whirlpool Masters will take place.
Yeah, should be soon.
So, full calendar this year. Lots of good tournaments for everybody to play. I'll be obviously very excited to have the European Open back in Fulda in August, and I expect you to be there.
I'll definitely be there. Can't let one of those beautiful events slide through my fingers. Both of them seem to.
Gets a bunch of kisses on the 1 ball. I think he will be pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, I think so.
1 in the corner, I assume, or is he going to play the combination?
That's a good question. But I feel like he has enough space between the 1 and the wall.
Because if he plays the 1 in the corner, cue ball will track towards the right side. So there's a little bit of danger with the 6 and the 3.
Yeah, but he looks like he's going for the thick full hit.
Yeah, I think has to play the one in the corner.
Yeah, the combination on the 8 ball is kind of touchy.
It's a big shot here.
Very good hit. Now he doesn't want to have no angle. Or no slight angle to the right. No angle should be good.
I think as long as he can make the 2, he will have a shot on the 3. Fires it in.
Nice shot. Very good cue ball control. He has the chance to go up 5-2.
I would take him over the hump.
Looks like he's pretty much straight in, which is good.
Straight draw. The only thing you don't want is to have the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah, that's good. He's in good stroke, feeling well. And that should be the 5-2 now.
I wonder if Johann is still dwelling on that shot he missed in the corner. But don't think he made a wrong decision, he just missed it.
Yeah, I agree. It's always easy to say, as a spectating person, that he made a mistake, or he chose the wrong shot because in that case he missed. I think it's always just a thing that can happen at any time. They're just normal human beings, and it's natural to make mistakes once in a while. And yeah, he would be in the final if he made those mistakes all the time. So I think he, made the right decision. Just hit it a little too thin.
Good game so far. 5-2. Coping Chung leading over Johann Chua. Still a race to 10. Alternating break.
Break by Johann Chua.
Winner takes home $30,000.
Will be interesting to see now if the cue ball travels right behind the left side again. Side pocket.
Seems like they both have kind of figured out the break, getting good results.
And again, he hit.
And there's the 9, just saved him. If you watch the replay, you see the 4 and the 6 are the balls behind the 1. They're both traveling just a little bit too high. Both hitting. So what's the solution? Moritz, when you watch this, like you're the breaker and you watch the balls going high, what do you do?
Yeah, if I knew what to change, I would have been in a tournament for more matches, I guess.
I think the first step is to actually pay attention where the ball's going. You know, it's like we do that, and we, but amateur players, they just hit and they don't see a ball going in, and that's it. But you actually should pay attention. Where do the balls track, and then trying to
Yeah.
make a change. Maybe hit a little softer. See how that changes the path of the two balls behind the one, or maybe a little harder, or a little bit more draw, or you try to have a little longer contact with the cue. Those are all factors that can change the trajectory of the balls.
I feel like one of the problems with the break is you don't get many chances to try. As soon as you break dry, especially with those guys, with those players, it's not easy to get many chances to break.
Yeah, you
And
can't take too much time figuring out what to do, but
Yeah.
you still have to watch the balls and make slight adjustments.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely very important to know how to change the balls, how to change the path of every single ball.
Johann really needs this to stay alive. If he lets this slip away, then my guy would be a big favorite, I'd say, but we want it to be a close match.
Yeah, I think that should be a rack that he will run. It's going to be interesting
And
to see
it's
the
good
position.
It's good when we came in, the room was pretty filled, but as I look around, we have even more spectators. Like now we have all the standing room is also getting filled up. It's nice to see the support of all the locals here.
Yeah. All in all, I would assume we are having probably around 130 spectators at the
I
moment.
think 150. And Johann just got a little straight on the 6. Needs to be very careful here. And again, extra work to get on the 8. Should still be a favorite, but could have been a little easier to get out. And you can't afford to make any mistakes here.
Yeah. But made it. Good recovery shot.
Yeah, very nice hit. You heard the way he sliced the cue ball, how low he hit it. Got a lot of action on the cue ball.
That's the 10 ball, 4, 5, 3. With the alternating break, it's a different kind of dynamic in the match, because as soon as you go up by 3 games, you're, especially on this level, you are a heavy favorite, because you have to give away at least 1 break, and your opponent has to run 2 in order to make it an even game again. So let's see what Chung does on the break now.
So we're entering the middle phase of the game. Oh wow, that was a wonderful break, right?
Perfect.
But
Perfect
then-
execution.
But then you look at the 3 and the 5. very weird reaction. The way the 5 ball reacted was very awkward, I think, because he hit it so square. It's just that the 8 swung around 4 rails. Still pleased with the outcome.
Now, do you like going forward here and trying to get into the small position area here?
Yeah, I think he has a slight angle where he can stun the cue ball all the way to the short rail. Try to get as straight in on the 2 as possible. I don't think it's straight in enough to roll the cue ball to the short side.
Yeah, maybe you could even consider going into a 3-ball with the cue ball with some speed in the hopes of hitting it on the right hand side. That's just very pace sensitive now.
I was just informed that in about 5 minutes we'll have our friend Shafu join us here in the booth, get some opinions from one of the organizers and players. Been friends with Shafu since I first came to the Maldives, so looking forward to ask him some questions.
Very important shot now. I don't feel like the 4-ball passes the 6-ball. So what do you do?
He doesn't have many choices. Could try and play for the combination, 4-6 combination. Or he could try and use the 6 to open up the pocket for the 4. Just carom the 3 off the 6.
We just saw the same exact shot. But with this shot, you're taking the risk of maybe putting the 6-ball in a worse spot, but still in front of the hole.
Yeah, and if he hits the 6 too full, he can miss the 3. So he really has to clip this 6 very on the thin side. Those are the choices you have to make.
Maybe he's better off just trying to make it for sure, and concentrating on the cue ball. See, but that's what I meant. Now I'm not sure if he likes that position better than the first one.
So he actually hit it like a half ball hit on the 6. I was thinking to hit the 6 even thinner to move it to the right side.
Just clip it.
So not many choices, I think. Yep, he's looking for the combination.
Very important shot. Very important.
Yeah, he wants to keep that 3-game lead.
Good shot.
Silent, please. Silent, please. Thank you.
He looks very confident. There are almost no signs of nervousness, or he just looks very calm.
Yeah, I like his pace, where Johann looks a little bit rushed and a little bit faster. Chung looks very composed, as he always does.
The score is 6-3 in Chung's favor. So he's more than halfway done.
I think after the next track there will be a mandatory break for the players.
Yes, there will.
It's been the WPA rule here this tournament. Here again, a nice view of our VIPs. I would like to just be behind and kind of ask them questions. So what do you think? You know, what do you think about the game, the players? Explain the rules. Huge break here for Johann. Wants to stay in the game. That's the way Chung has been breaking. If Johann makes one mistake, it could be it.
Oh. Very good break. Did it different than before?
I find it very interesting. You watch how the balls react. Because he really hit some square here. And you watch at the 8 and the 3 and the 5. Some more what you expect, which track.
Yeah, this time the 5 ball was going its normal way.
Inside English.
Very good shot. If you take a look at the 10 ball, it's far away from its usual spot. That can be an indicator for gaps in the rack.
What do you like better? Because you know some tournaments in the recent past we've played, where we just used a standard wooden rack. Where here is the magic rack. What do you prefer?
I do prefer the magic rack for sure. I don't feel like the wooden rack or the normal the normal triangle rack really awards players for good breaks. It's not as rewarding as magic racks.
Yeah, well, it depends what you want. Right? You want it to be predictable, or a bit more uncertainty. As a player, you want to have control. I know. Ooh, he landed that one ugly spot where he could cut it into in either corner pocket, and the cue ball is always going away from where the 5 ball is. So more work than he wanted to.
Would you try to go and hit the 6 with the cue ball?
So he's aiming high, so he's coming around 3 rails.
He looks to go 3 rails and out.
Watch the speed.
Oh, the 7 ball is getting bigger and bigger. Pretty much perfect.
We're playing with no shot clock here. although we have about 150 spectators here, you can hear a needle drop. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah, they're all paying attention to the match. Not much talking.
I mean, I know since I came here 4.5 years ago, they've had a few top players visit the Maldives, but instead of just bringing one player here to organize an international event, that really creates some exposure, and the whole national team basically has an opportunity to compete on the highest level. And we had one player, a local player, who actually qualified to the last 32. So it was one of the very interesting moments here. We were celebrating it like a tournament win. I really liked it.
Yeah, maybe that's...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a timeout of 9 minutes. We have a timeout for 9 minutes.
So there's a break, and we're going to take a quick break as well. See you in about 9 minutes. we are back. Score is 6-4 in favor of Chung over Johann Chua. We've been witnessing a very good match. Both players have warmed up, and we're entering the mid stage in the second half of the game. And I'm very happy to have on my side my good friend Shafu from Male. Hi, Shafu. So tell me, I mean, we've met each other 4.5 years ago, and when I came, you guys had 4 tables. You've really grown. How did it come to happen?
It's a long story. Like you said, when we were in tables and then we always met our minister at that time. We had a discussion about
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to begin back the match where Chung is leading by 6 racks to 4. Rack 7, Chung to break, yeah? Rack 11, Chung to break.
11th rack, rack by Chung.
Yeah, you're just saying that because I'm next to you. And you'll always remember the first one, right? So we had a really beautiful contact here on the one ball. Straight in, needs to draw back for the 2. 3 is on the short rail, so it has a little bit of movement for the cue ball. What does it mean to you to have your president here? Is that something that's special, or I mean, I see he's just entering the arena again?
Yeah, our president is giving a lot of support for the development of all the sports, and this is his second time. He is here on the Billiard event. Before we had him on the national tournament as well, and first national tournament 2 years back, and his presence in this huge event is kind of a very huge thing for all the poor community. It shows us that our government is supporting all the sports, you know.
What are the let's say top 3 sports in the Maldives?
The top 3 sports, football is very famous, and we have volleyball, badminton, most of the team events. For the individual sports, it's like table tennis, badminton, carom, and things like that.
Do you have any famous athletes? Anybody that's made it really far, won something on a world stage, or?
Yeah, in athletics and running, we have, and table tennis, yes, we have few athletes who have already made it to gold medal and silver medals.
Because as you can imagine, coming from Germany, we are a huge football country,
Yeah.
so everything revolves around soccer, football.
Yeah.
And then there are athletes in almost any sport you can think of. So that's stuff we have to compete against. So we're just kind of little lights in the worth of different sports. It's a wonderful position here. So I just hope that your government realizes that there's a huge opportunity, investing into the future. I've had the pleasure of being involved in a tournament in my hometown last year with the European Open, and we had the mayor of my city attending the final. He watched the entire final, and I think I can say that he turned into a fan, into a pool fan, and we agreed to continue to support the tournament for the next 3 years. So we just need to expose them to the game, and it helped that one of your players made it to the last 32.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a player. Shaz, he went to the last 32.
It's really turned into a high class game. We've seen quite a few break and run-outs already. So it's just really everything we could hope for.
Chung is playing at like top of his game, no misses, good position on the play, right? Copy Chung.
I mean, it all starts with a very powerful controlled break,
Yeah.
and just his pace, the way he delivers the cue, and just full of confidence. So what do you think? I mean, you had Ralph Eckert here to train with you for a month, and then we kind of stole him from you. He's our national coach, German national coach, which I'm very happy. We do a lot of statistics on break and runs and how many break and runs the German national team can produce out of, let's say, 100 racks. If you look at the matches here, and can you kind of gauge how far away your team is from the top?
I mean, we have to work a lot to come to this stage. I mean, but not that far. I mean, when Ralph came, I mean, and introduced his coaching strategies, I mean, it was a huge eye opener for all our players. I mean, Ralph was the best I think we had in terms of coaching so far here, and the drills and the statistics and all the guidelines he gave us it's going to be a huge help for our national team and all the players who has been involved around. So we are in the early stage, like you know how we are and how we have grown in Maldives, the whole for this sport. And I think we are in a stage to introducing and implementing all these things and getting our players to a better level. But we have improved a lot since he came because he gave us certain guidelines to improve the game, to get, like you said, number of balls spotted, number of runs, how to statistically count how we are from when he started and how we are going to improve our game. You know, we have a guideline or a way to measure the improvement of the skills. You know, so it's very good on that.
Yeah, both players seem to really have figured out the break. Super high level game. I'd just like to see, more of you guys join international tournaments. I know you're like far away and the expenses are high. You think that's something the government would support you more on? I think it's nice to have this tournament here and bring the players to you, but you still gotta, get your players to go out and travel and expose themselves to different environments. And,
Yes,
different tournaments.
our government has been supporting on sending our team to the tournaments here. Like our team went to World Championship 3 or 4 times, but Ben was in Qatar and one time in UK. But in this region, I mean, we mostly don't have the open tournaments. So rarely we have tournaments that is nearby us that we can go. You know, I mean, all the tournaments are a bit far in US. Most of the tournaments are US and Europe.
Are there any regional tournaments, maybe outside of the Maldives, that you can go to that are accessible, that you would regularly join?
Previously, we had a Malaysian tournament that is close by to us, which is an open tournament. A lot of players from Maldives went to play the tournament, participated. But at that time, like you said, we had only 4 tables and we didn't have proper coaches, we didn't have proper training, so that's why there's lack of confidence on the players as well. But now, due to these kind of tournaments and even getting Ralph and getting the coach here to train us, will give us more confidence on players, so they want to participate more and more. So it's a good exposure for the whole players here in Maldives locally.
I just hope that you can, harness the like the energy now from the tournament, the kind of the inspiration that should bring to every player. Actually, I want to stay in touch with you over the next few weeks and months, and want to get your feedback on how the locals actually are motivated to maybe spend more time and train, and
Yeah.
how they
No,
can keep the
the momentum
inspiration
going
high,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the same discussion. I mean, we the players and the federation is aware. Our federation is helping a lot to get people involved and motivated in the game, and they are going to have more competitive local tournaments and even more competitive in the regional tournaments like that. We have certain discussions that we to have our national team play against other countries' national team as well. So we are getting everything in place. I mean, this is just the starting. So hopefully, we will have this momentum going on and continue to have more and more exposure to the pool with our team.
And how about junior players? Because I haven't seen too many. There was no junior player in the tournament. Are there any prospects, or you do you work with schools, or is there potential in the future?
Yeah, actually, we have already implemented a development program for the youth, and it already started. We started this year. It's just the early stage beginning, and we are implementing the youth development. And hopefully, within 2-3 years, we will have junior players, hopefully competing in tournaments with us. There are a lot of potential players. I mean, when we see a lot of like a lot of players are interested playing pool, and we don't have that much of pool tables around in Malay, but there are in some islands, local islands also, they have few pool tables, and there are a lot of talented players who needs opportunity. So hopefully this will open the gateway for them to participate or to come forward and be part of this pool community.
Yeah, that's one thing. I think we have a bit of a head start. Coming from Germany. When I started playing, there was Ralph Souquet, Oliver Ortmann, Thomas Engert, with the superstars in Europe, and even before them, they have been very successful, good players. Then there was my generation, and after me was Joshua Filler. Now we have Moritz, and there's even younger guys that are coming up. So I think that's just vital for the future, any sport or success of a nation. So it's something where your focus should be on.
To be honest, I mean, that's one of the main reason we are getting the guidelines from you guys. I mean, it has been a big help. All the advices you have given us, all the for how to improve the game, how to have the structure properly done for the training, everything, and we are taking good advice from, because this is, I mean, like 4 years back when you came and when we met, I mean, how we are and we have come up to today. So we are taking your guys' advice and trying to improve the game and get more players competing in the tournaments, getting more players exposed to pool.
But when I see the way you promote this event, the level of quality that is put into the production of the stream, the social media work you do, like there's the pictures online, like 10 minutes after the matches, it's all high quality. It's something that you can teach us, I think. And you're pretty new to this. You've only been around for 5 years. That's stuff that Metrum does, and you're almost on the same level when it comes to the pictures. You're even faster putting out the images and the videos with transitions and music and action, and I really like this.
Really, I mean, I'm also kind of amazed. We have a lot of talented people on production side and even on the picture sides. It's really amazing. Like you said, I'm also pretty impressed with these kind of things.
Might be the advantage you have. You're such a small community, and you're well connected, and you have the resources and the power, and so I'm really curious to see where this goes, over the next few years, because you have really enthusiastic and capable people in your federation.
Actually, we are planning to have this Maldives Open 2024 bigger than this tournament next year.
Yeah, we're definitely going to spread the word. I mean, who wouldn't want to come here? It's actually something that Albin Oshan said. I don't know if he said, I don't know if I want to have this tournament in a resort because you're so distracted. You're inside playing pool, and you know outside is like the most beautiful beach in the world, best weather. And
By the way, how did you enjoy your diving?
yeah, well, you know, I really enjoy sharing the experience. So I like to take my fellow pool players out on their virgin dives, and this time it was Moritz, and he did really well, very comfortable in the water, and that's just, you know, something that I wanted to do. I was talking about at home, you know, when I get to the Maldives, I need to get wet. Another wonderful break. I mean, that's been really a high-end match so far. We've only seen a couple of missed balls. A dry break here and there, but the last, 5 racks or so have been phenomenal. I want them both to win.
Yeah, they're both playing
Can they just
very
stop?
well.
Can they just stop at 9-9 and share the prize? That'd be something new.
So, in terms of the prize money of this tournament, what's your comment compared to the current tournaments, which is having the prize money? And do you think this is
I mean, I know that you guys said we have the capability to make this even, you know, better, and you just have to start somewhere. But honestly, I mean, this prize fund is on par with any major tournament that we've played. You know, any matchroom event has that kind of prize money, but they have 256 players. They're all great, and it's tough. You know, here 64 players, very good prize money breakdown. I wish every tournament would be like that. So, you know, kudos to you guys. Phenomenal job. Excellent.
Thanks.
I want to be, like in Germany would say, I want to be mouse. I want to play a mouse and like sit behind your president and like ask him questions, or have him ask me questions. Because it's more fun. I know it because I was sitting with the mayor of Fulda. When you get a little bit of insight, you know, a bit of maybe technical information, like, you know, okay, yeah, first of all, maybe you have to explain the rules, and then what's the challenge on this shot, maybe even psychologically what's going on in the player's mind. Those are the things that the problem with pool, it gets more interesting as you become knowledgeable, because you will see the nuances. Oh, he's just slightly out of line. You know, you see it. You see the pressure on the player to come with a good shot. Where if you don't have that knowledge, then you know he's just hitting balls. Like, oh, he made another good out, but it's the subtleties of pool that make it interesting, in my opinion. So it's always good to have somebody in your ear.
to educate them on the knowledge, right? What do you think of the shot that Chung played? He played a two-way shot, or
It looks like it. If he makes it, even then it's tricky. Even with the 3-5.
yeah, 3-5.
So finally, we have a bit of a safety battle. Had quite a few break and runs. Johann has picked up his jump cue. Checking if kicking is a better option, but no, he's going airborne. So after this, I mean, it's all going to be over tonight. You think you're going to be sad it's over, or are you happy that, you know, there's like a stress relief, everybody's gone and the event went well?
From my opinion, we are very excited when everybody is here. It's gonna be a sad thing when this is over.
Yeah.
We want to have this momentum, all the players, everything always going on. This is not a stress. This is just an enjoyment for us, you know. as you can see, all of our pool players who is here, when you guys come, I mean, they are always, excited to talk about the events, excited to know more information, more knowledge, how things are done. I never saw any of the international players who came here like bored or alone. Somebody is always
Yep.
occupied with some other player.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I feel like we have like personal, yeah, like bodies. Like, okay, you hang out with this guy, and you're all super fun and interesting and nice and kind.
something about Maldives, we have something, it's in everybody's blood, something related to hospitality. It's a cultural thing, I believe.
That makes sense. Well, I hope I can return the favor one day.
Looking forward to. So, is it a? You think he's gonna go for a safety on 3 or based on the current position?
There's a few things he could do. He could just draw the cue ball, like a power draw, and then get somehow in between the 5 and the 3. He could just draw it back for a bank shot. He could draw it back for a safety.
If you are in this position at the score 7-5, would you be taking that kind of risk, or you still play safe? I mean, 7-5 is not a huge lead.
Really depends. But being a bit more conservative, I think, will make you sleep better that night instead of just trying something ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't want to give it away. If he does have an angle, then it will be harder. It looks like he does have an angle, so he has to go forward. And now he has all the options. He has a very good angle to bank this, and he called it.
He's going for it.
Yeah, that's huge. That puts him. That shot will put him at 8, and then he would be 2 racks away from winning this. So that's one of the biggest shots he's facing this match so far. Yep. Really high level. I hope your president appreciates that level of play. Moritz is still with us.
Of course I
Hey,
am.
Where have you been?
I wanted to let you guys have some fun.
So Shafu, what's next for you? You have any anything, like any tournament, any activity, any? Are you personally inspired to practice a bit, or it's like, oh,
Like I said, I'm trying to make some time to get to play pool a little bit seriously now. Due to all the other things, I haven't been able to, but it's really inspired now. Like, I have something to look forward for next year, right? Even for
do you have any official position here for the association?
no, I've been actually involved in the association for a long time in terms of the management perspective, but I want to be more involved in the playing part. But now I think everything's running very smooth. Our current exco is doing a great job getting everything in line, getting things done, giving players advice, getting more options and get opportunities for our players to play. Even for the next couple of months, we have a lot of tournaments happening locally here, so we'll look forward for that as well. We have our national tournament happening, team event tournament happening, inter-office tournament happening. So there are a lot of things for the next few months.
Yeah, I've been following you on your Instagram page and Facebook, and I can just really encourage everybody out there. Maybe you've stumbled upon the link to watch this match, but go and follow the Maldives Pool Billiard Association,
Maldives Pool, yeah, at Instagram.
and
Billiard Association.
so I think we have officially entered the final stage of this match. Chung leading 8-5 over Johann Chua. It's a 10 alternate break, and maybe one of the best matches of the tournament, I would say.
Yes, definitely regarding the quality of the match. Both of them seem
I
to.
don't know how you do it, but it's like seems to be more and more people coming in here.
The whole place is fully packed, you know. It's good we have this much of viewers.
Yeah, and
We have a lot of executive officials of our government, president of our Maldives, Ibrahim Mohammed Saleh, and president of WPA, Sean Singh, and other executives, Olympic Committee, and all the sports people watching here. It's a good thing they have that much interest in pool. It really helps us.
a lot of pressure here on Johann. It's something I think Chung will be very happy. Easy one for Johann, but it's gonna be work to manage get the Cuba on the 2, depending on if the 8 is in play here, if you can avoid it. You can come with lots of right hand spin, 2 rails for the 2 ball.
Good position.
Yeah, very good speed. I like this part of the match, in the final, where you can feel kind of the tension is rising towards the end, more and more, like pressure on the players, and the spectators get a bit more involved emotionally.
Still, Johann has a chance to come back on this score.
Oh, it's not over.
Yeah, it's not over. We have seen a lot of matches with Hill on the other player and it's turning back.
Yeah, like I said, I really don't have any favorites. If it was me, I want them both to win. That's unfortunately not possible.
So
Did he get here? Or is he...
I don't think he sees the ball.
I think he might have just gotten there. That's why he was looking to play the 5 in the opposite corner. You can just roll in the 4. But at this stage, any mistake, it could be his last. So
You can't fully see the ball.
you think?
Yeah. That's see the replay. This is a huge turn in time. If Chung gets this frame and it's his break next, it's gonna be 9.
Yeah, and he knows it. So
Yeah.
could actually all depend on this shot here. Can he cut it into the side?
Yeah, it's in a good angle. I mean, he can cut it to the side. Yeah, he has already shown the pocket.
I know, like 3 weeks before this tournament, we were supposed to play 9-ball, then it was switched to 10-ball. What's the most popular game in the Maldives?
We play mostly 9-ball and 10-ball. 8-ball is also there, but mostly 9-ball. We play 9-ball, but later on we have every year we have like 2 or 3 tournaments on 9-ball and 10-ball both. I mean, 8-ball is also there, but 8-ball is not famous as 9-ball and 10-ball here. But when you came, you introduced us to straight ball. When Ralph came also, he also introduced us to straight ball, and it's a way of improving game. So hopefully we'll be introducing more games, straight ball, more 8-ball, and I mean all that we can.
More and the drama continues.
I think he can see the 5-ball.
No,
Or is
look
it
at
a
his face.
fair-
I mean,
yeah.
no, there's a head movement. I don't think he can see it. He's fantastic with the jump cue, and he only needs to pot it only. But would have hoped for just a straight-in shot, right? 6-8 or 9-5.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't have to worry about the shot clock. Did he just switch between 2 different jump cues?
Yeah, I feel like he's not feeling really sure what to do because it's only a half ball jump and you want to feel as close to a normal shot as possible. So that's why he has to try both options.
Big shot here. This could be the tournament. The question is, did he get away with it?
Yeah, I feel like he got a little unlucky with the shot before.
Well, he did
Or
leave
gi-
a thin cut on the 5, but you want to shoot that in that situation?
Looks like, yeah, Johann is looking pretty confident.
It's a really difficult shot he's trying to attempt. It's a very thin cut.
It's very hard to control the cue ball. Looks like he's just going to run into the 7. Is he dragging the cue ball low? Very good shot. Wow.
Very good shot.
Well, Shafu, thank you for joining us. Thanks for sharing your insights, and I'm sure we'll see more of you in the future.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Shafu.
Good pressure shot here on the 5-ball, and now he's quite good on the 7.
It's interesting to see how he has slowed down from how he started in the very first few racks. Playing with almost like a rush pace, and now he's slowing down on every single shot.
Yeah, he's feeling the heat. Caught that one a little full, but got away with it.
There's two rails inside English for the 9 the side. Ideally, cue ball off the rail straight in, so you can just stop it.
I'm not sure if he has enough angle to comfortably just roll it in.
Yeah,
He
I
might
think
have
so.
to do some work.
I think he's going with high left. Because if he tries to draw the ball, he just brings the 10 into play. Okay, good shot here.
Okay. Different decision, but he's still good. Very nice execution. About to make it 6-8 from his perspective.
I wonder how that will affect coping Chung mentally. It's not that he had a guaranteed run out, but he made a really good shot. Just got a little bit unfortunate, like let's say a centimeter more, and he would have been just straight in to go on the hill. And now at 6-8.
But it's his break, so he can put a lot of pressure on Johann Chua now.
That's when, as a spectator, it would be interesting to see the heart rate of the players. I wouldn't want to share it if it was me, but as a spectator, it would be quite interesting. Because even when you watch them play, they look so invincible, right? Still very confident, and we both know the way we look on the inside. It's like we're dying. And if you think that like the top players don't get nervous, you're all wrong. You just
They are all the same.
have to
They just don't show it.
learn how to deal with it, but we all get nervous, really nervous.
Now let's see the break. Perfect execution right there.
He hit it too good, almost. Two on the side, 3 swings around and gets knocked. Does have a shot on the 3, but
Will you go offensive? Or
no
would you
guarantee.
maybe try to clip the 3 ball on the left side, play it into the 5, and let the cue ball travel around the table? Or would you go for the offensive?
I think if he cuts the 3 and he can just come below the 5 and hit the rail before hitting the 5, the cue ball would stop and slow down. Just like that. And again,
Wow,
I
second unlucky shot, and
I think it's
2
very
racks.
he didn't anticipate it. I think he was. I mean, that's very unfortunate. Look at the gap between the 4 and the cue ball, and to just get right in between. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, that's because he hit the 3 ball a little bit on the thick side.
But I think he almost hit it as good as he could, slowing the cue ball down, and he just didn't anticipate it at all, which now makes the game more interesting.
Yeah, it's
Unless
good
you
for
are
everyone watching.
Coping Chung fan.
And that shot right there could make it 8-8. His mistake, or his unlucky shot.
The only slight issue here is getting from the 9 to the 10.
Maybe he wants to be funky and leave a little angle on the 7 and run the cue ball into the 10, creating some more options maybe, but
I think
yeah, that's just personal preference.
I think he'll keep it simple. But that's what it will come down to. How close to the 9 can he get and what angle will get him to go back and forth for the 10. Johann has won his first official WPA World Championship title last year when they won the World Team Championship in Austria. He was one of the members. So you actually had more world champions in the tournament than you anticipated or than you advertised.
Yeah, on the other hand, you have Chung as the 2019 WPA 10-ball world champion in the singles division. So definitely a great match.
Yep, very good speed. It's going to take it to 7 to 8 and his own break in the next rack. So maybe as predicted, we might go all the way here.
You've been pretty good with predicting Hill so far.
And that's something I think is very good for pool in the Maldives. The closer the match here, the more exciting, the more viewership, and it's just good. I love it. I love when, even in Fulda, we went almost down to the end, and that's just good for the excitement for the event. The worst thing that can happen is if you get like a blowout in the final. So I have no ties. I want them both to win, but I want it to be close.
My horse is getting closer and closer.
Like 8-7. 16th right? Red 5. Johann Chua.
Tension is building. So it looked like he took a little bit of speed off actually on this one. Moritz, look at the replay. It seems to me like he took a bit of speed out, and now he's got to come with the, what is that, like a 60 degree, 70 degree angle cut. Very thin. Cue ball will just come back and forth.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid the 5. Great shot. He's really putting it on Chung now.
It's interesting to see the momentum swing. You know, just a few racks ago, it looked like Carpini was just going to take it. Got a bit unfortunate, like 1 centimeter, and he would have had it. And now it seems like we're going 880 in a few minutes.
And it's brutal to see because I don't feel like Chung had any big mistakes or big errors yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so far he's playing really decent. He missed, I think, 1 kick. And yeah, the jump, but yeah, it's just
Very high level, both players.
yeah. There's not much to improve on.
That's when you tell yourself, okay, just one shot at a time. You know, don't do anything silly. Just try to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, don't try to play better than you have to. Looks pretty good.
And the question, is he going to stun draw the cue ball 2 rails towards the 9, or is he just going in straight stun 1 rail to the center of the table?
I guess he's going for just 1 rail and out. Oh no. But in the end, there's not a huge difference because the 9 ball is hanging right in front of the corner.
The only thing that can happen here is you end up short. Well, hit it with the good speed. Doesn't want to be on the rail. But yeah,
He's
given
looking
that.
good.
I would say there's a max of 3 racks, and then we're home. Couldn't be any better, don't you think?
Especially because the president is watching, and now that match is really representing what it's about in pool, and that's just beautiful.
Yeah, you can see the tension and the pressure on the players as they're sitting in their chairs. Wiping their hands down, tightening the equipment, you know, trying to focus, trying to stay relaxed, you know, waiting for opportunities.
Now imagine how Chung must feel. He barely, as I said, he barely made any arrows. Gets 2 funky rolls, and then he's sitting there for 2 racks straight, not really able to do anything against it.
Hey, go. Rack 17, break 5 open.
But so far I would say he's definitely the better breaker, but not more successful.
Wonder wonder who's more nervous. Is it Chung or his brothers sitting there in the audience?
Uh-oh. 6-ball comes to the rescue. And now
that's not the first time that the corner ball is swung around. You look at the 6, just traveling 4 rails. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think he's pretty good. No.
Has to make sure to call the 1 because the 8 is hanging in the side. It's all about, can he put the 1 down and get perfect on the 2? That will set him up for the rest of the rack.
Yeah, I think pretty much this one's the key.
But
and maybe from 3 to 4.
it looks like he has too much angle for just rolling the 1 into the corner, floating forward for the 2 on the side. I think he has to keep an angle for the 2 in the corner, which makes it a little bit trickier. Just more distance for the 2 ball to travel.
But perfectly executed 1 ball. He's been really precise with his cue ball. Now it's about going step by step. Ball for ball, shot for shot. So as soon as he's good on the 4, it's just stop, 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 stop.
Yeah, that's what it
Pretty
looks
much.
like from here, right? But then your arm gets really heavy, and any little twitch
Yeah,
could
that
be
one is
fatal. And,
tricky.
and you still have the 7 there that you need to manage. It's still in
Exactly.
the back of your mind.
Yeah, but that's just solid.
Yep, hit it like butter. Stun, 1 rail out, 5 in the same corner.
Now same shot again.
There's a little boy sitting in the audience, drinking out of a plastic water bottle, and made this noise that distracted Chung for a second, but found his composure.
Yeah, that's where you see that he's a professional. He just goes back, takes his time, makes sure he's really where he wants to be with his head, with his mind, with the focus. Because now there's no need to rush. Again, we don't have a shot clock. And yeah, it's 8-8. He wants to make sure that he gets all the racks he's supposed to get, and that's one of them.
Yeah, you don't want to end up with a wrong angle on the 9 to make give yourself extra work. So once you get a little closer to the 9, and ideally with a slight angle, takes him towards the 10.
You definitely don't want to land straight in. That's something you want to avoid.
Well,
At
straight
all
in, you
costs.
can go forward. Like, you know, in training, you wouldn't even hesitate. You would just go play position. You don't really care how you land on the 9. I think he does have an angle to the wrong side.
Yeah, that's not good, because that's exactly what I would have been afraid of. because now he has like an awkward angle.
Oh, he needs inside English.
He doesn't have enough angle to go long rail. Yeah, but good shot. Wow.
Perfect.
He's so smooth. He's just so clean.
Big effort here from Little Ko. Looks so easy, right?
It looks so easy and yet it's so difficult.
Meanwhile, I'm sweating. My hands are wet just from watching.
And now imagine how Johann Chua must feel. It's definitely his last break. He wants to do everything
Well, so
in his
far,
power.
the advantage has always been with the breaker. No? It'd be
Yeah.
nice. Maybe that would be a. I mean, you've been doing a fantastic job producing the live stream, but statistics I think would be super interesting. Like how many times did the breaker run out? How many times did he get dry? Those are the numbers I would love. I should just kept the statistics. It's been such a good match.
I think the only time that the breaker wasn't an advantage was in the beginning, the first couple of racks. They both had 1 or 2 dry breaks and then the momentum switched a couple times. But last racks, it's always been a run out or some sort of battle. And let's see if he can keep his nerves together.
You see the fans here, knowing we're maybe 15 minutes away, could be less, until we crown our inaugural champion.
Let's see where the cue ball travels, especially in those extremely important moments. It's all about the cue ball. It has to stay on the table.
And is the four-wheeler again? Came
5
short.
ball maybe. Oh,
Wow, I mean he did hit him pretty solid. The 2 balls were nowhere near the side pocket. 3 almost made it 4 rails.
5 almost made it 4 rails.
And I'm gonna see a safety here. But can Koping Chung manage that little cluster?
How do you like going rail first here? Short rail with English. Trying to put the cue ball back up table and letting the 1 ball do its work.
That's actually really good, because if he hits the one thin,
He has
it might come out of that corner.
he has a big chance of leaving safety that way. And he doesn't really break up the balls that much.
He just needs to make sure the cue ball or any ball hits the rail. He just hits it.
Ooh, that's no good.
You think?
Yeah, I feel like if he hits it full enough, the 1 might slowly go into the 2 ball and go in.
Let's see this again.
He has a huge ball now to make the 1. Basically everything that's pretty much a full hit.
Well, he has to kick at it. Okay, that adds a layer of complexity. But what's the cue ball doing? What's the 2 ball doing here?
Yeah, he doesn't want to scratch if he hits it too hard. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the shot from Ko.
Yeah, but you have to make a decision, and
Yeah, it's a pressure situation. You just want to go with what's your first instinct.
look at Johann's face. He was smirking for a second, and like, am I going for the 2 or is he gonna put the cue ball behind the 9, behind the 6?
I don't like going behind the 6 here.
Just needs enough draw on the cue ball to hit the rail. And
Yeah. Yeah,
ooh, I think
that's
that was a
exactly
bad hit.
what was so difficult.
That gives Ko the chance he was waiting for.
No easy chance, obviously.
It's a very difficult. At least he doesn't have to watch this again. Wanted to hit this two a little thinner. Got like a quick reaction on the cue ball with this draw.
That's why I didn't.
He would have put it behind the 9.
Yeah, I would have tried to. If he had a full hit available, I would definitely go behind the 9. And even going behind the 6, I would have tried to make sure that the 2 ball travels to the short rail, goes to the long rail, and there's no easy ball, no
Wait.
easy shot on the 2 ball.
Well, he called it 2. Where's the cue ball going? Is it going 2 rails into the 8?
Could be. Maybe he's able to avoid all the balls.
I think his only concern is trying to make the 2.
Yeah, make the 2, because the 3 ball is almost hanging in the pocket.
And he did hit the 8, which actually opened up the pocket for the 4. So that was a
Superb
a
shot.
hell of a shot.
Making all the pressure shots so far. Almost all. Didn't make the jump.
But we still have, if you look a little bit further down, we still have the 6 and the 9 in a funny situation. So 3, 4, 5 looks pretty standard. And then how is he going to get to the 6?
Yeah. And is he willing to play the combination on the 9 ball or maybe the carom, depending on where he ends up? Just thinning the 6, letting the cue ball hit the 9.
But he's not there yet.
It's
Okay,
pretty good.
he's perfect on the 4.
Oh, I see what he might even try to.
3 rails,
Yeah.
inside English.
Yep. And then hit and hope, pretty much. You don't want to end up behind the 9 ball.
If there's anybody I would want to hit the shot for me, it would be probably him. So
Yeah, he's been very good with those shots all match.
well, he's starting to feel it, you know, so close winning the tournament. Just want to get it over with. And then
Yeah, now that's the match winning,
here it comes, yeah.
the match winning shot.
Doesn't want to get behind a 9. Doesn't want to end too short.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the 8 ball. That's a huge ball right there, and you're not willing to take the risk.
Yeah, is it? Are you using more spin or are you using more like kind of follow?
Just spin. Just spinning the ball. I think the follow.
Wow.
Yeah.
A dramatic turn of events. It's like the only shot in the whole match that he rushed.
Yeah, but again, I'm not sure. Why would he take more time?
But he
took his decision.
but he
You see
can't
it
miss.
was
He
very
can't
close.
miss. He can't miss the 5.
No, I agree.
So his focus
Totally
wasn't
agree.
in the right place.
That's where the heart rate comes into play.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Quiet, please.
So
Thank
much
you.
thinking about, oh, if I make this one, I'm probably done.
Yeah. What is he gonna do? Just like, roll the
Maintaining
5 to the
safety.
long rail? Yeah.
I guess.
And very good speed.
A little too hard. And now,
And still, what works in Ko's favor that the 6 is not open. So you can just roll up again, get the cue ball to the long rail, to the short rail.
I
Or
think
can
you-
he? Or can he see the 5
Yeah,
completely?
yeah. I think he will try to.
Like double bank the 5 towards
Yeah,
the 6
yeah,
and
yeah,
get the
yeah.
cue ball behind the 7.
I think so. good speed.
Perfect.
Cue ball is
Perfect speed.
yeah.
Even
Very nice
Johann
decision.
taps his cue on the table.
And now he put the 5 ball next to the 6 and the 9, so whatever he does, he will have to avoid hitting any of those balls.
It's nice to see, for us, to see a bit of drama at the end.
But I have the feeling that he will just make the jump bank, run the cue ball in the 9, and might force Ko to break again.
For which he did call the bank. So what are the things that can happen here? If he hits it, well, there's many things that can happen. He could get the cue ball behind the 9.
The 5 might go short rail, in between the pocket and the 10, and end up in some situation that's not nice for Ko, depending on what the cue ball is.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count. So 10 comes back, and Ko has the option. We're hoping Chung can choose if he wants to take on this long draw. Now we have a combination. Now the 6-9 combination is a bit easier. So it's really just putting that 5 down, getting the cue ball a little closer.
I don't think there's a decision to make right now for Ko. He's 100% sure he will take that ball.
If the cue ball was just maybe 2 turns further out, it would be a much easier shot.
Yeah,
But it's just close to the rail where he has to elevate a bit more. Unless he'll just play it safe and stop the 5.
But even then, I don't feel like it's an easy shot.
No, he's elevating. He's going all in.
And he doesn't have a lot of angle, so he has to work the cue ball.
Yeah, very good shot.
Very good. That's the match winner.
That's when the palm's starting to get sweaty.
But that's a tricky one again. If he hits a little thin, I don't know where the cue ball might go. Because from the overhead perspective, it looks kind of full hit, but I'm not sure how full he really hits the ball.
I think he's just going to roll it with a little bit of outside to open up the angle. Oh, he actually hits it hard, comes back in port. Yeah, he's perfect.
And now it's about keeping his nerves together.
Now everything is lined up.
That shows some heart. Going the whole table length with the cue ball.
It's been a best match we could have hoped for.
Don't want to land in
Straight
straight.
in. He is straight in.
Straight in.
So
Of
he's
course
just
he
going
is.
to kind of replace the 7 with the cue ball. Stop it or stun it forward slightly.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much perfect if he's around the area of the 7. You don't want to be too close to the 10 and have to grab over the 10 or reach over
When
the 10.
the adrenaline starts pumping.
Yeah, especially when he's playing the 8 ball now. That's a nerve-wracking shot. And Johann's heart must be going fast now.
Okay, this is it. You can see he's taking a deep breath. Just has to kill the cue ball. Oh, look at that stroke, huh?
Do you think we'll hear a celebration? I don't think so.
Well, Kerping Chung Chinese Taipei is our inaugural 2023 Maldives Open 10-ball champion. sure we're going to live stream all the festivities. We have a bunch of speakers, including myself. Thanks, Moritz, for joining me. It's not our expertise, but I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. We tried our best to keep you a little bit entertained. It was a fantastic tournament. I'm sure the Maldives coming back next year stronger and better. Until then, I wish you a good night and thanks for having us.
Thank you, Thorsten. Yeah, it was a pleasure to do it today. Yeah, stay tuned for the award ceremony and all the speeches, and yeah, see you soon.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony of the first ever Maldives Open 2023 10-ball billiard championship. Whew. That was an intense final. I can still feel my heartbeat here. I'm sure everybody here enjoyed the match to the fullest, and we have witnessed an amazing finale tonight. Round of applause for the finalists, Johann, Chua and Chung. All right, I would not delay the prize awarding ceremony, but first of all, I would like to invite President of Maldives Pool Billiard Association, Ahmed Nasif, to give away the appreciation speech. Nasif.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalam ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajmain. Divya Rajya ke Izzatari Raisal Jumhuriya Ibrahim Muhammad Saleh, Minister of Tourism Abdullah Masoom, Commissioner of Sports, Izzataring Playerung Mitanam Mimech, Ballam Vadaganvi Beflong, Duragatung, Adosomum, Ballam Gendawa, Divehi, Zuanung, Rayatung, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alon Hitangeri, Eche, Nuliarnam, Ehenames, Wahakata Ginakamu, Hama note Noko, Alonaka Mikame Nui. Get Alon Hama, is Wajibek Kama, Fortaman was taken. Alon Mange Raisal Jumhuriya, Varahasa Shukuradano, Alon Mange Dawat Kabul Korava, Alon Mange Miha Mohimo Mubarate, Nimigang Sharaferi Koravang, Vadan de Vikamataka, Bara Adaver Kamako, Association Gifaratum, Shukurdano. Me association Alon me get the herring had those kuring association Fula Kurevi, association Zamani Kurevi, association Varagina Badaltake Genevigan DA, Baina Lagwami Mubarate, me association ga Bevumuge, Visnumuga, Fikuruga. A Hoafeng at Asavur Genestevi Alon Menge Lobati Minister Ahmad Mahluf. Alon Meng Hagigatu Maseke Kuramum Midani Miado Ek Eiro Miga Dehar Kurin Jesevi Hisabuge Natija Yahamea Genomataka Alon Meng Kuramanda Maseke mi. Mihar Irad Korapiam Alon Meng Eiro Deki Wahaki. Bainal Logwami, Mubarat and Vita Bava Nevaka, Mia the Alon Miati Ekang Dakafa. Alonge Anekas Pahakolang Alonge Shukurge list Varat Digu. Hama Aneka Salon M. Fratama Shukur Danoni Alon Menge Meduge Raisil Jumhoria. A Shukur Binavege Mivani Miado. Alon men mi baby Mubarataki Dunia ge ranking libe. Hamayako regional Asia ranking libe Mubarataka Hindu. Alon men mi vani Billiard ge Dunia ga Miedo Fahag Jaha Alon menge Mio Kuda Rajeki Billiard ge mi Muhimmo Manzilaka Fahakureve Fahage Jehifa. Get the Ehmi Malon Danwani Alon menna Varam Muhimmo Manzilakat Adaifa Varam Muhimmo Pointaka Alon menna Miedumati Billiard Hayatuga Adaifa. Ei Hama Yaginum West Alon Nanika Shukurdano Raisal Jumhoria. Hama Big Shukurge Tere Alon Himanadam Benumbe Alon Menge Minister Ahmad Mahluf Kurava Itubar Mi Association. mi association ge memberun ge shagwarikan himayekko tournament host ge gotuga alon menna mikan kurividan kamuge itubara eki alon men midani mikamuge misal miyada dakkamun mi association ge hingumuge benchmark alon men midani kandalamun hingun terikamuge benchmark ki mi association non waral lobi kurakame adi ministry ge mozifunge faratun alon men na kendineli libamunda ehi terikamaki ekamegge sabun alon men hama warabboda shukuru ministry ya shukur dannawa kame Ministry of Tourism alon men atuga hifa alon men mikuramun migenda masakkataki tourism ge siyasata badaltake genes tourism ge siyasata eggota alon men ge masakkata gulifawa kamekama dekevi tourism alon men na devve hiterkama tourism minister hasa shukure dannawa mi association ge exco ya alon war hasa shukure dannawan ei exco ge ehi terkama ebbarnuma ebbavantakama hama yakko alon hama warabboda fahak kollam beenuwe alon menge exco ge nabrais mahid adi hama yakko alon sharif alon menge sg sharif ge masakke pula alon hama warabboda shukurada kuran mi masakkata ki hagigatuga kendumen neti kendi neeli hottumen neti mi association ge hagguga harakat mamun anna kendumen neti anekkai salon hama fahak kollam beenuwe mib war hasa shukure dannawa mi mubarata ituru gottake magfahi kurum koddevvu mattaka Maldives Polytechnic on devvi hiyavehi kama alwondo war hasa shukure dannawa muwasalati hidmata diraga alon shukr dannawa litasaki miyadu alon menge ma tambe litassa warabboda shukr dannawa alon menge hotel partner ek gotuga manhattan na war hasa shukr dannawa adi war faha kurave hub events mitanuga broadcast inna alon menna mi dakka fay misal hub events warabboda shukr dannawa mi mubarata ki hagigatu ges war tarihi mubarate salis a beer kolunterinna divehi solo kolunterinna eko mi mubarak kuriya dieru emme faho battiris kolunteringe terega divehi team tamsil koggen kuriyek gendiyai Hasan Shaz Muhammad mikan alon fahak kollam beenumani alondo mi association na guligen masake koram feshisure alondo fenna talentuga terega alugonduge hituga inde abadues mitaga meole kudin naki duniyege femwaruga kule duniyege femwaruge natija nerena kudin kan alonduge hituga yagin kan ove migen hama yagin ove stars dekki misalaki alon menna wada koggen battiri hoge teriyak gos adives kuriyad deven kamuge yagin kan ehemwima hama yakko e yagin kama ekko alon hama dembeenumwa message ki alon menge kulun terinna miyado mikamuge hagigen miyati fenna miyado alon menna duniyege femwaruge mubarate bevidana kama eki duniyege femwaruge mubarate ge bairwegen ega natija ya hame alon menna se kamuge wasil wewen kamuge yagin kam miyado miyati libifa hama yakko alon dannawalam beenumwe mi wara bodu mubarate kawwa hindu duniyege emme moleti kulun terinna ekko mi mubarak kuriya dieru alugondu menge table tawge live view mi hatar dos terega hatar lakka fansa sahan arafwe hama yaginum ves mi sarkaruge tourism siyasata bodu baren elunu handanum filan nudawaruge mubaratekan alonda yagi I would like to address in English also to the players and foreigners who are with us. I would like to extend our warmest welcome to the President of Whirlpool Billiard Association, Mr. Ishan Singh. I thank him for his belief in our vision, guiding us throughout the journey that we are on the right path in hosting a memorable tournament, and also sanctioning the event based on what we had talked, right? And yet to see and yet to test. Thank you, WPA President. I would like to thank our tournament director, Mr. Melvin Chua, for the non-stop dedicated arrangements in organizing and handling the tournament. This is a technical area which we have relied totally on you, right? And I would like to thank you for your committed service and guidance that you have provided throughout this tournament. Thank you. Much appreciations to the head referee, Mr. Iskandar, who has teamed together both local and foreign referees and professionally managed the games. Thank you, Iskandar. I would also like to thank ACBS for sanctioning this event, the guidance laid out and arrangements to ensure that we are able to properly host this event. I would like to thank Predator for the confidence you have put into our discussions. It is a privilege to have your name as a main partner. Not the least, nor the last, foreign players, thank you. Your presence has been the greatest support of this event. I hope this tournament has been exciting to you. I hope that you will take the best memories of Maldives with you. We hope that we will see you in the next edition of Maldives Open next year. Inshallah, we will make the next tournament much better as we strive towards improvement and excellence in tournament experience. Alon wahakolu nimmalana dengeda mehar alon hiyo nima diguam fatafi. Ehen names nimmadam kuren dannawalam beenumve alon menna sarkarun devve hi terikam egavejjam alon men onnani ekamuge natija rice neradevva fe. Adives alon menna sarkaruge hi terikam beenumve ngeto mi association na devva fursate vejjam alon men kendumen neti jehilumen neti alon men dani sarkar natija dakkamon mi alon menge waude hama yakko mi mubara annaharu itura fulakuruma alon men beenumve gaumge kurierumge hissa ga alon men bærvam beenumve hama yakko danwalam beenumwani mi kuriyanga dehar terega alon men mi fursat ekkamga vejjama mi destination alon hadaname mi mubarak emme sikkura moli duniyege huriha billiard kulun terin emme sikkura mubarata hama egotum mi mubarata ki alon beenumwani divhe rajya ki billiard mubarata beve bodu habakan hada ehmem Allah ge irad fula ekko sarkara guligen mikan kamyab kuruma alon men hama evs kendume fas jehumen neti masai quran ekamuge yagin kan arwa alon ge wahaka nimmadana mi mubarat ge bavervi ehi terikam for koddi horeha farataka shukur dannawamo mangallah alon men mikura masakkatuga barakah lavva alon men na kamyab levvon ed dua kuram assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Thank you, MPBA President Ahmad Nasif. Next on agenda, we have a speech by a very legendary player, German legend Thorsten Hohmann.
Good evening. Dear Mr. President, distinguished guests,
tournament officials, referees, sponsors, pool fans here in Male, as well as everybody watching around the world, and last but not least, my fellow pool players. I'm truly honored to speak to you tonight at the conclusion of the first Maldives 10-ball Open, and what I believe has been an incredible success story for the Maldivian pool community. 4.5 years ago, I was invited to Male to train with the national team, play exhibition matches, and talk about my experiences as a professional pool player. I was able to fly in the cockpit of a plane, visit one of the most beautiful beaches on earth, and participate in a local fishing adventure. But what I remember the most was how warm I was welcomed by you and how many friendships I have made, which are still lasting until this very day. You Maldivians are respectful and intellectual, warm-hearted and kind, but most of all, a lot of fun. Little did I know the association would eventually grow into this passionate and matured pool society that we see today. The National Training Center was expanded into this wonderful facility. Referees were educated, international trainers were hired, and national events were held. Over the years, I have always kept an eye on the social media activities of the Maldives Pool Billiard Association, and I was stunned by the images and the display of professionalism. In my 32 years of being involved in Q Sports, I have rarely seen such a rapid growth and potential for the future. A huge thank you to the association. Your vision and leadership made it possible to create an unforgettable event, and your commitment to promoting Q Sports and in the Maldives and beyond is truly inspiring. Thank you to the WPA and all officials for always keeping an open mind for player suggestions and running this tournament smoothly. The players were able to showcase their exceptional skills and compete at the highest level, all while enjoying the beauty and the hospitality of the Maldives and its people. What an unforgettable moment when your own Hassan Shaz Mohammed qualified into the final 32. That is just one testament for the improvement and hard work you all have been putting into this. Congratulations to Johann Chua from the Philippines for being the runner-up, and our deserving champion, Chung, Chinese Taipei. What an exciting match it was, wow. I really wanted both of you to win. On behalf of all players, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the President of the Maldives and the government for the support of this tournament, the association, and our sport. Pool is on the rise. We have more international and high-profile events than ever before. For our children, pool is a wonderful activity that develops physical, cognitive, and social skills second to none. As we reflect on the impact of this tournament, we are reminded of the power of sports to bring people together, to transcend borders, and to create lasting friendships. In conclusion, I want to say that I hope this tournament will be the first of many more to come, that it will continue to inspire the local players to develop their games, and that it will strengthen the bond between the people of the Maldives and the international community of pool players. Today, everybody speaks about Q Sports in the Maldives. I have no doubt that with the help of the government, the enthusiasm of the association, and the talent of the local players, that one day the Maldives will produce a world champion. Shukriya, and thank you.
Thank you, Thorsten. Among us, we have a very special guest. Without him, this event might not have been possible. President of World Pool Billiard Association, Ishan Singh.
Wow, Thorsten, I think I'm going to need you to do all the speeches. I think you've delivered a perfect presidential speech. Mr. President, all the dignitaries we have today, the pool players of the world, and all the pool fans of the world, a very good evening to you all. Mr. President, it's an actual honor and privilege for me to have been here today together with you to watch this finals. And I don't think we've experienced in our pool community a president of a nation attending our event. So a special thank you to you for that. I also hope you picked up a few tips for your next pool game. We'd look forward to seeing that. To think just a few weeks ago, this event was considered doubtful. I must admit, my executive had its concerns whether the Maldives Pool Billiard Association will be able to deliver a championship of this magnitude. And boy, have you delivered. Really excellent. To Nassif and Mahid, I know when we started our communications, we all were concerned about everything. But your passion and your drive and the true gentleman that you have been throughout the entire process, as you know, we started with a rocky terrain. But you've proven yourselves, and I'm actually honored that we took the chance and given you the green light. You have made us proud, you have made Maldives proud. I'm sure your president will be really proud of your organization and continue your support to them. The event in every category has been excellent. I know you said there's improvement, there's always room for improvement, but I can assure you, even if there's no further improvement, it's still a great event. It was a brilliant final to cap it off all, befitting this event. Johann, Chua, really great tournament. You had a good event. Talking about people hosting events for the first time, I myself hosted our first international event in South Africa. It was the World Junior Championship in 2013. And interestingly enough, the junior champion in South Africa is our very own champion here, Chung. So, well done, and a great career that you have created for yourself. The WPA is in a new era currently, and we have a new executive that's leading the organization that just started took office on the 1st of January. And it's events like this that's going to help us create new and positive vibes around the pool community around the world. So thank you again for helping us in our cause and our endeavors, and you will always have our support. I'm looking forward to attending the next edition of the Maldives event and can't wait to get here. Thank you very much, and several travely to all the players returning back home. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ishran Singh. Done with the speeches, huh? All right, let's begin with the appreciation awards. For partners, tournament director, and referees awarding we have up next, I would like to invite MPBA President Ahmed Nassif to hand over the monument. All right, first, our main partners. Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment.
We're often inclined to view what we see reflecting back at us as an inherent truth, as something that was destined to be. But what looks back is not fate, nor is it forever. It's the sum of the steps that you've... There is solace.
Whirlpool Billiard Association.
Make believe are separated Today is not a continuation of yesterday, it's the beginning of tomorrow's masterpiece.
Asian Confederation of Billiard Sports. Wait up, Melvin. There's one more coming up. The tournament director, Chua Melvin. All right, the head referee of the tournament, Mr. Iskandar Perwira Putra bin Haj Abdullah Sangura. All right, referees, Ahmad Nabil Fikri bin Azajawafi from Malaysia. All right, Shamsuddin Muhammad Ibrahim from Sri Lanka. Mr. Kapawari from India. Next, our local heroes, Ahmad Suja from Maldives. Hassan Rishwan Jalil Rishko from Maldives. Abdullah Afif from Maldives. Salim Adnan from Maldives. Ahmad Nihad from Maldives. Muhammad Adli from Maldives. Ahmad Qasim from Maldives. Ahmad Murfad from Maldives. Ahmad Sofat from Maldives. Thank you, President Ahmad Nazif. Now I would like to request WPA President, Mr. Ishan Singh, to give away trophies and medals to the semi-finalists. With an amazing performance into the semi-finals from Vietnam, Duan Duc Tin. And now one of the fan favorite, local favorite. From Germany, Joshua Filler. Thank you, President Ishan Singh. Now I would like to request our guest of honor for today's evening, President of Maldives, His Excellency Ibrahim Muhammad Saleh, to give away trophies and medals to runner-up and champion of first ever Maldives Open 2023. All right, the runner-up of Maldives Open 10-ball Billiard Championship from Philippines, Johann Gonzalez Chua. And now, the first ever champion of Maldives Open from Chinese Taipei, Ko Ping Chung. Thank you, President Ibrahim Mohamed Faisal. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I hope to see you all next year in Maldives. Thank you so much. Good night, good evening.